What's going on, guys? We're going to show you how we're going to be hardening off all of our fig cuttings. So let's get right into it. So here are just a few of our fig cuttings, and if you guys are growing figs, this is actually a fig tree in a pot, but if you are growing figs, you will know, or any other plants, you will kind of be experiencing these warm temperatures, and kind of spring is here early. So if we just come over here, this is a peach tree and it's only mid-March, and there's just flowers all over this peach tree. So spring is here early. You can even see it's leafing out here. But this is important for our fig trees because it can extend our season. Now I have about 20 fig trees in pots and sizes this big. They're all in my garage, so I'm in the process of working them out right now. So yeah, let's get into what you need to do to harden these guys off. All right, so the way I like to do it is kind of just get these guys out here when it's above 55 degrees or more, and just let them sit in the sun for a couple hours, because when you guys grow these either in windows or under grow lights, or they root out in a dark storage place, they're not used to the intense rays of the sun. Even the best grow light, it doesn't really compare well to the sun. So these trees will take shock to that heat and will burn up and die. So let me give you an example of one tree where I left outside all day by accident into the sun, and you can see that there's all brown. The browning is the sunburn. It's really prominent here on this leaf. I don't know if this camera can pick it up. I try to tilt that off. But you see all the brown and the brown tips of the leaves here? That is all the sunburn. That brown tint has given this tree sunburn because they didn't acclimate it. Basically, the way to acclimate your fig cuttings is to bring them out slowly over time into direct sunlight. The first time I brought them out on a cloudy day for 2 hours, and I brought them back in. Then I brought them out on a sunny day for 1 hour, then I brought them back in. Then I got them up to 2 hours in the sun, then I brought them in, then 3 hours in the sun, brought them in, 4 hours in the sun, brought them in, and 5 hours in the sun, and then brought them in. Eventually, you will slowly acclimate them enough to where they're able to stay outside all day long and not get damaged. So if we move on along over here to another fig tree, you can see the same thing, the same kind of damage. These were the first two ones I had out, and all this brown here is all sunburn on the stem of the plant, and you can see the sunburn down there. I just want to miss my Cadota fig, but you can see the new growth here is all acclimated to the sun, and it's growing great. So you just got to make sure that you do acclimate these fig cuttings to the sun, because they will take shock and a bit of die off due to the intensity of the rays. The next thing you guys want to do is to fertilize your fig cuttings. At this point in the game, when they look about this big, even probably before this, you really got to start fertilizing them. And the reason is because these figs, they require a lot of nutrients, and there's only so many carbohydrates stored in their the stick portion that it gives up very fast, and they'll get stalled. So if you've stunted fig cuttings, if you're not fertilizing, that's the reason why. So if we come over here, you can actually see that this cutting about a week ago only had this one leaf here and this one leaf here, and I just fertilized about a week ago, and you can see the root growth is getting even more prominent. These roots are growing out more, and I have three new leaves in a week. Same thing with this one's my raspberry latte cutting, and this is my yellow long neck. This is my raspberry latte cutting, and that is just starting to bud out again after being fertilized a couple days ago. So fertilization is very important. This is my Italian 258 cutting. It doesn't really look like the I-258 leaves, but it should once it starts growing more so. And this is our JH Adriatic cutting. We have about 15 more cuttings in the garage I got to bring out here and acclimate, but these are the ones I got outside right now. I just wanted to show you two things to acclimate and care for your young fig trees. But the third thing I want to let you guys know is to make sure you guys keep these very warm, because again, these metabolisms in the trees really like it when it's warm. So the warmer the better for these trees. That's why I like the black pots, because they just absorb so much heat from the sun and really warm up this root ball of soil, and it keeps the roots warm and the metabolism's going well. So that's very important. So this blue one, it doesn't really do much, kind of keeps the soil cooler, but also if you have clear pots, having too much sun on the roots isn't good, so you can try to wrap them with something on the bottom, but it's not that big of a deal if you're only out here for a little bit. What else? Those are probably the three main things. I'll give you guys a fig tour of my collection this year once everything gets finished and everything's outside. We got a lot more cuttings, rooting still a little behind on that. Have some slow progress on some. We do have 2 Katotas. One of them's there's a bunch still like rooting also downstairs that are rooted. This is my Chicago Hardy, and you can see this baby. This was the first fig tree I ever had, and this baby is starting to put on Breba and leaf out. You can see there's a leaf down there. There's a leaf right there. This will focus. Leaf right there, and that's a graft. It's probably not going to work. I got to try to fix that, honestly, but I'm excited. The season is most definitely upon us. Just some piece of advice, guys, on acclimating your fig cuttings. Very important. You don't want them to brown up too much like that guy from sunburn, so just do it slowly. And yeah, any other questions about figs, guys, drop them in the comments below, and I'll be sure to answer everything. All right, guys, that's pretty much it on the basics of caring for your fig cuttings in the beginning. Any questions, drop them down below. I'm just going to enjoy this nice day today. I'm excited to see if any pollinators are going to get working on this peach guy, but we'll see. Enjoy your day, enjoy your spring. Fig cuttings are still being sold, or trees, so get them now. Get them a head start on the season, and I'll see you guys in a couple weeks when these cuttings have grown tremendously and most of my collection's outside. Peace.